Arsenal could lose Myles Lewis-Skelly to Real Madrid. The Spanish giants are circling as contract talks stall. This is Arsenal News TV, and we're diving deep into this unfolding disaster. What's gone wrong with Andrea Berta's negotiations? Why are Real Madrid so interested? And what does this mean for Arsenal's future? Stick around for the full story on this massive transfer saga. Let's set the stage. Arsenal have two of the brightest talents in football right now. Myles Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri, both 18 years old. Both products of the Hale End Academy. They're being hailed as the best prospects since Bukayo Saka. Lewis-Skelly in particular has been a revelation. He's forced his way into Mikel Arteta's starting lineup this season. A regular first-team player at just 18. He can play midfield or left back. Versatile, talented, a future superstar in the making. But here's the problem. Lewis-Skelly's contract expires at the end of the 2025-26 season. That's just over a year away. Back in February, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano confirmed Arsenal had started talks for a new deal. Everyone thought it was a formality. Lewis-Skelly is an Arsenal boy through and through. Surely he'd sign. But now, the Guardian's Jonathan Wilson has dropped a bombshell. Those talks aren't going well. Not well at all. Arsenal's new sporting director, Andrea Berta, is leading the negotiations. And it looks like he might have made his first big mistake. Wilson didn't hold back. He said Arsenal have to sort out Lewis-Skelly's contract. It expires next summer. Talks have been rocky. And guess who's watching? Real Madrid. The Spanish giants are sniffing around. They've been interested since facing Arsenal in the Champions League quarterfinals this season. They saw Lewis-Skelly up close, and they liked what they saw. Now they're ready to pounce. Let's talk about Real Madrid's strategy here. They've mastered the art of signing top players for free. They've done it before. David Alaba, Antonio Rudiger, Kylian Mbappe, and recently Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. Their contracts ran down. Real Madrid swooped in. No transfer fee. Just a world-class player on their roster. Wilson pointed out the similarities. He said, imagine Real Madrid wanting a highly rated Premier League fullback for free. Almost unimaginable, right? But it's happening. If Lewis-Skelly could be next. What makes this so worrying for Arsenal? Let's break it down. Lewis-Skelly isn't just a prospect, he's already a key player. At 18, he's a regular starter. He's shown he can handle the Premier League. He's even earned 2 senior caps for England. In March, he scored against Albania. That made him England's youngest ever debut goalscorer. The kid is special. Losing him would be a disaster, not just for the present, but for Arsenal's future. He's the kind of player you build a team around. A potential captain, a Hale End gem. So why are talks stalling? We don't have the exact details, but there are a few possibilities. Maybe Lewis-Skelly's camp is asking for a higher wage. Maybe they want guarantees on playing time. Or maybe Real Madrid's interest has turned his head. Real Madrid have a history of unsettling players. They plant the seed, show them the glamour of the Bernabeu, promise them trophies. It's hard for an 18-year-old to ignore that. Andrea Berta needs to act fast. This is a test of his leadership, his first major challenge as sporting director. And right now it's not looking good. What are your thoughts on this, Gooners? Are you worried about losing Lewis-Skelly? Drop a comment below. And if you're finding this update valuable, a quick like would be amazing. Let's look at the broader picture. Real Madrid's interest in Lewis-Skelly isn't their only move. They're also finalizing a deal for Trent Alexander-Arnold. New boss Xabi Alonso wants him for the Club World Cup. That starts on June 14th. Alexander-Arnold's Liverpool contract runs until June 30th. Real Madrid might have to pay a small fee to get him early. The Times says talks are accelerating. An announcement is coming soon. This shows Real Madrid's intent. They're not messing around. They want the best young talent. And they're targeting Arsenal. But it's not all bad news for Arsenal. There are some positives to cling to. Andrea Berta is close to securing a new contract for Gabriel Magalhaes. That's a big win. Gabriel has been a rock at the back. Locking him down is crucial. Arsenal are also pushing to sign RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. A new striker could transform their attack. These moves show Berta is working hard. But the Lewis-Skelly situation overshadows everything. If he leaves, it could undo all that good work. Let's talk about the impact of losing Lewis-Skelly. On the pitch, it's a massive blow. He's already a starter. His versatility gives Arteta options, midfield or left back. He can do both at an elite level. Off the pitch, it's even worse. Hale End is Arsenal's pride. Producing talents like Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri is what sets Arsenal apart. If Real Madrid swoop in, it sends a message. Arsenal can't protect their best prospects. That could hurt their academy in the long run. Other young players might think twice about staying. What can Arsenal do? They need to get Lewis-Skelly to sign. Offer him a better deal. Show him he's the future of the club. Arteta has to step in. He's been full of praise for Lewis-Skelly in the past. He needs to sit down with him, reassure him, make him feel valued. Berta can't afford to let this drag on. The longer it takes, the more chance Real Madrid have to turn his head. Arsenal have to act decisively. They can't let history repeat itself. They've seen what happened with Liverpool and Alexander-Arnold. They can't let Real Madrid do the same to them. Let's think about the best case scenario. Lewis-Skelly signs a new deal. He stays at Arsenal for the next decade, becomes a club legend, leads them to trophies. That's the dream. But even if he stays, this saga shows the challenges Arsenal face. They're a big club, but Real Madrid are on another level. They can offer things Arsenal can't. The allure, the Bernabeu, the history, the guaranteed silverware. Arsenal have to fight to keep their stars. And that fight is only going to get harder. Before we wrap up, let's touch on Nwaneri. He's the other Hale End star mentioned in the report. He's also 18, also making waves in the first team. His contract situation isn't as urgent. But Arsenal need to learn from this. They can't let the same thing happen with Nwaneri. They need to tie him down too. Protect their future. Hale End is their lifeblood. They can't afford to lose these talents. So where do we go from here? Arsenal are at a crossroads. The Lewis-Skelly situation could define their summer. If they keep him, it's a statement. They can fend off the biggest clubs in the world. If they lose him, it's a disaster. A sign they're not ready to compete at the very top. Berta's under pressure. Arteta's under pressure. The next few weeks will be crucial. What do you think, Gooners? Can Arsenal keep Lewis-Skelly? Or will Real Madrid get their man? Let us know below. Don't forget to subscribe for daily Arsenal updates and hit that notification bell. We'll keep you posted on this transfer drama. What do you want us to cover next? Until then, stay tuned for more Arsenal news.